Hey guys, this is Shtick, and here I am with the April tier shifts and unbans for Uber's UU. The first of the rises is Iron Bundle. It rose to Uber's proper because of Miraidon. Now, what did Iron Bundle do in Uber's UU? Surprisingly, not a whole much. Yeah, sure, it was really fast, but at the same time, Uber's UU has no shortage of special attackers. So what Iron Bundle did typically was run choice specs and then run freeze dry, hydro pump, ice beam, and probably flip turn. But I just borrowed this heavy duty boot set from the Uber's analysis because didn't get a proper Uber's UU analysis as far as I remember. So it's not exactly missed in Uber's UU. What is missed in Uber's UU is Kingambit. Kingambit was really important on offense teams, and it would have really thrived in this tier shift because Uber's UU got Lunala. So, anyways, what did Kingambit do? It was basically a staple on offense with the Supreme Overlord being a great comeback ability. Then you get ability. Then you, although it did suffer from 4 moveset syndrome since it wanted to run Sword Stance, Iron Head, Cowtail Cleave, Sucker Punch, and Low Kick at the same time, but it didn't exactly have a move slot 6 for it, as 4 moveset syndrome would probably allude to. Anyways, for the drops. First of which, Terapagos. Can't quite see it here, but Terapagos, in my opinion, for the few days it's here, it's basically a GSC Snorlax. It basically has a spot on any team, and that's barely an exaggeration. And it's also been really fun to use, even if it might be a little broken. So, what makes Terapagos? So, if you're going with, offensively, with Terapagos, you could go Calm Mind, Rock Polish, Terra Starstorm, and Earth Power. I went with these EVs because I've seen 252, 152, 104, and wanted to get the jump on that, I guess. But more seriously, Terapagos is really good under Shedtail, so expect to be seeing Cyclozar and I guess to a lesser extent Sceptile as well. And because Sceptile is not as good as Cyclozar in this metagame, or any metagame. But anyways, back on topic. Terapagos is great under Shedtail, although if you want to use a more defensive Terapagos, you could do something like this. You have Spin, Toxic, Rocks, and then a filler move. I would try attack here since I actually value having a decent amount of PP. Went physical defensive here, but you could go special defensive or whatever other EVs you want. Because because this is utility mon, actually, I mean, yeah, it probably has, hold on just a second, just want to check something. Yeah, it even has gravity, which I think is a bit underrated. But I digress. Terapagos has a really good move pool. It's good under Shedtail, and it could be on whatever team you need. Just slap a Terapagos on it. It's the new Magirna. Anyways, the next of the drops, Lunala, a lot less healthier. Basically, Necrozma Dawnwings before it's banned, but somehow worse to deal with. Lunala is better than NDW. But anyways, Lunala Lunala is typically locked to heavy duty boots, but that's hardly a flaw because heavy duty boots is such a good item. So anyways, I went with this spread, Calm Mind, Moonlight, Moonguy Speed, and then Moonblast. Ran some speed because I forgot, because I wanted to outspeed something. Don't remember what it was, but it sure is outspeeding something in particular. And Lunala actually has a really good utility move pool. Sure better than Terapagos, that's for sure. It can do screens, teleport, Will-O-Wisp, Trick Room, or if you want to really dig something up, it's got Rain Dance, Sunny Day, Spite, maybe even Hypnosis. But yeah, I don't think Lunala is going to be sticking around all that long. And as far as I know, the drops have not gone live yet. Nope, no they haven't. Arceus-Ghost is not legal yet. And by drops I mean unbans. I'll get to them later. So, next to the drops by usage, Iron Treads. It was really strong in the January meta before it left. So it could not, but now that it's back, it's still probably a really strong mon, but because of Terapagos and Lunala here, I think Cyclozar will be seeing an uptick, and that will be the offensive utility slot being competed for by Iron Treads and Cyclozar. For Iron Treads in specific, I went with this spread to outspeed plus speed Landorus Eye with a Life Orb, then maxed out attack, and then put the rest in defense. It's got rocks, spin, knockoff, but you know, Cyclozar could probably do some of that stuff better, except using Stealth Rocks because I don't think it gets the move. Anyways, last of the drops. Ditto. It does Ditto stuff. I think Terrastellar is the best option for it. Anyways, moving on to the unbans. So, because the next tier shift is not going to be for 3 months, the council decided to unban some stuff. They came to unbanning Arceus-Ghost, Shaymin-Sky, and Necrozma Donwings. Arceus-Ghost was unbanned because of the existence of Necrozma Donwings and Lunala in the tier. They unbanned Necrozma Donwings before Arceus. But at the same, so that's why I'm thinking that if anything gets banned first, it's this thing. So, I remember Arceus Dark being a really strong E killer. So that would mean Sword Dance and Extreme Speed, and because it's Uber's U, a stab move, and then a fourth move that could either be coverage or recovery. With this Arceus Dark Ghost in particular, I keep on saying Arceus Dark for some reason. I went to outspeed max speed Lando I while maximizing attack and put the rest of HP, but you could probably mess around with the EVs to something you like. The next of the Arceus-Ghost sets I got is the set, which is basically Calm Mind, Judgment, Recover, and Coverage or Taunt. Went with Arceus Sphere here because I do not like Focus Blast. With the set, you typically go max HP, max speed, Timid Nature, and put the rest into special attack or defense because you're going to be boosting Calm Minds anyways. So you don't necessarily need all of it. You don't need to invest into special attack all that much, if at all. So Terra type here, we're going Fairy because that covers Ghost's defensive weaknesses. And the last of the Arceus-Ghost sets I got is a defensive set, but I don't think that Arceus-Ghost does the best job with defensive set, with being a defensive mon. Ghost is a solid defensive typing, so I do think that it can work. So that's Arceus-Ghost. The next to the unbans is Shaymin-Sky. Shaymin-Sky initially was banned because of Serene Grace Air Slash, but then was unbanned because Chien-Pao and Mewtwo were dropped to the tier, and Chien-Pao survived its suspect test. So Shaymin-Sky ended up, Uber's UU needed a fire type, so Shaymin-Sky dropped. I still think it might be a little too much to the tier, but at the same time, I'm going to use it while it's still legal. So typically with a Shaymin-Sky, you go Air Slash, Seed Flare, Earth Power, and like a fourth move. Items heavy duty boots, by the way. For the fourth move, you could do coverage like Dazzling Gleam, Psychic, or even Terra Blast. But you'd have to change your Terra type and commit to it. But for utility moves, you get a lot more options. You get Healing Wish, Leech Seed, Tailwind even. Heck, you could even use Growth, regardless of Sun. I'm imagining you're going to start seeing this a lot more because some other defensive checks like Soul Oil dropped. Though I don't think it's a good option for that, and you can't quite see it from here, but Worry Seed is also a utility move it gets. I'm not too sure if it's that good on it, but at the same time, suppressing abilities can be pretty useful. So for Shaymin-Sky, you're going to want to go max special attack, max speed, and token in whatever. And typically you'd go timid, unless you're like on some webs team. But at the same time, even then you'd want timid because boots exist. So like I said before, Chien-Pao and Mewtwo naturally outspeed it. So I'd imagine. So going into the next set, I'd imagine some Shaymin-Sky would be running Choice Scarf instead. So with Choice Scarf, you could go Modest, which basically allows you to outspeed Mewtwo and Chien-Pao. Because you hit 520, because Shaymin-Sky hits 529 speed with Choice Scarf, while Mewtwo and Chien-Pao are stuck at naturally are 390 something and 405, and they typically don't run Choice Scarf. However, you also go Modest because you lose out on a lot of power. So Seed Flare, okay, so you keep Seed Flare, Air Slash, Earth Power, but your fourth move, like I said about the utility, about actual combat move, not combat, actual damaging moves, you lose out on quite a bit. You don't really lose, but you don't really have a good amount of good fourth move options. And for utility, you only really have two good options for a Scarf set. You get Healing Wish or Leech Seed. And speaking of Leech Seed, the last set I got for Shaymin-Sky is a Subseed set. You know, it's fast, it flinches things to death. I've personally seen that happen. So why not just maximize it to the extreme? Max HP maximizes substitute damage, substitute health, and because it's base 100, it reaches. It could get a 101 HP substitute. And then you maximize speed because what else would you do? You're not going to be killing through raw power here. So the way it works is that you set up a substitute, get the Leech Seed off, then you use Air Slash it, then you Air Slash for flinching, and then or Seed Flare for reducing their special defense, which can scare off some special walls like Blissey. So yeah, that's Shaymin-Sky. I think it will probably be. I think it might be okay, but it's very possible it will need to get banned again. Anyways, last of the unbans, the Necrozma Dawnwings. It was really strong, and basically suffocating for a lot of teams, so that's why it was banned. However, it got unbanned because Lunala and Terapagos dropped, and so I'm thinking, weirdly enough, that this is the least likely of the bunch to get banned. At the same time, the possibility exists. So before it got banned, it typically ran this Calm Mind set, which is Calm Mind Recovery. Don't know why I went Morning Sunny here. I think it was just for funnies. But if you want to be more thematic, you could go Moonlight. Then you go Moongeist Beam, and then Terra Blast with Terra Fairy, because that's the only way it's getting Terra coverage. And at the same time, Necrozma Dawnwings is not exactly a bad user of Terra. However, with the metagame shifting as it is, it's very possible that there are better Terra options in Terapagos and Lunala. So I'm thinking it might stay. Anyways, it went max bulk, max health, max special attack, and then token somewhere else. And that's typically what Necrozma Dawnwings are. You could also do this weird support set, but at the same time, I don't really recommend it. There are better things to do this kind of moveset on than your Necrozma Dawnwings. Anyways, those are my thoughts on the unbans and tier shifts of Uber's UU. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you in July. So with July's tier shift, so subscribe if you care about that, I guess.